Hi, as you can see, we're at the gym here at Miami-Dade College North Campus. Today we're going to do the core workout, the ab, the core. What is core? Come on, core.
Hi, everyone.
Apple core?
Now, we're talking about a part of our body that is super important. Most of our organs are actually happening right here, right? From underneath our rib cage to around a little bit lower than our belly button, okay? So that's the core. The core is the front abs, your lats, but also your back. So this is the one that keeps the nice balance between upper body and lower body. So we need to, as the stronger we are, you know how we have all the back pains that go on around? Mm-hmm. Everybody's complaining about back pain because their core is very weak. So that's why core is so important. So thank you for doing that, for that show today, that we're gonna talk about the core.
Okay, so we have a bunch of machines here for the core?
Yes, so we're gonna start here with a nice twist. It's a great way, as you can see, gonna be able to put different weights on it, so it's up to you. It's really twisting the side muscles. And we don't wanna get into too much anatomy here, but just keeping it simple, but this is the one that really kind of gives you a nice twist. The side muscles that keep your core nice and tight. Okay,
what part of it, so what is it working? Show us. Where do you feel it?
Okay, where do you feel it? Why don't you tell us?
The abs and the obliques, right here. So the twist will get you right before abdominis, and then obliques right here on the sides. So that's with the twisting motion.
And then obviously you're gonna do it both sides. So this is a great one for your obliques to move around, okay?
Okay, I realize we're in here, we're doing it on machines. Can I do this stuff without machines?
Absolutely. I think we're just gonna show you some examples of what to do with some machines here. But I think the beauty of working on a core, you can do it at home, anywhere, without much, any tools or anything like that, just wanting to do it. Okay?
Can I do it on a couch drinking a shake?
That's not going to work, no.
But I've got... Dang.
You actually have to do work for that, yes. Okay? So let's move on to the back extension, okay? So this is something that we see. We have Edgar here working on a back. So this is actually working the actual back muscles now. It's called the back extension. It's really extending your back, so all the back muscles, the ones that usually hurt from a lot of sitting, a lot of being crunched over the computer, just the wrong posture. This is a great way, again, because remember, you always want to have a nice little work on both sides. You want to work the abs, but you always want to work the back as well to keep a nice little balance.
When you're saying the back, that means along the spinal cord?
Yes, absolutely. That's where you actually feel it. All the way up and down. You're going to be able to, and you can see over there in the pictures of the machine, gives you, this is a great way to start feeling which muscles you're going to work, and then you move on to those exercises you can do at home. Okay?
She telling the truth?
Of course.
Great.
So as you work the back, now we need to work the front again, okay? We're gonna have the crunches. The crunches are ones that we usually do at home. Just put your hands behind your back or across your chest and you just come up. If you want a little extra heavy, just to make it stronger, you come here and use this machine and you have the weight that you actually have to pull up. What I like, one nice thing about it is usually when we do crunches, we usually kind of get our neck moving and it's not the ab. This isolates the abs itself to work on it. But this is also can be accomplished, as we're gonna show you later, by simply at home, grab some weight or something, hold it across your chest, and you can do it that way as well.
What part is that, the whole stomach, the lower stomach,
no,
middle?
this is actually the whole abs, all the way up from the rib cage, all the way down. This is the right next to where you have the six-pack happening.
Oh,
this is where you get the six-pack.
Yes,
this is a nice little picture that we can do that, okay? And now I would love to show another back lift as well. As we're gonna move on to some back lifts. Okay, the back lift. As you can see, this is a lot more advanced, a lot more powerful, because it's really, you go all the way down. You have to be in full control of your back. You can do like this with the arms crossed over, just like Chris is doing, or you can get the weights as well to make it a little bit harder on yourself. Same way, hold it. And then this works, again, the whole back, just like we did on the other one. This is the whole back, but it's a longer movement, a longer range of motion as you go up and down. And again, the key here is to do it nice and slow and be in control, not rush through it. So these were the exercises we can do on a machine. And then I think it would be great to move on now and start showing what we can do at home.
Yeah, I was
or
told
anywhere.
with that too, instead of holding your arms here, you put them out in front. It makes it more difficult.
It's up to you because again, it's a different positions. The hardest one is actually putting behind your back or
really?
behind your head,
Okay.
because again, then it really keeps your neck nice and straight and your posture. Remember, we always scrunch over our computers. That also opens up nicely your whole shoulders and really kind of makes it stronger in a nice tight, you're more pulled together. Yes. Okay, so let's go over there. Let's do those exercises we can do at home as well.
Terrific.
All right,
Thank
let's
you.
go.
Okay, we're out of the gym now. We're actually in an area. What I like about this area here, this is actually what we can do at home. You don't need equipment. This is stuff that we can do, strengthen your core. Can you show us the exercises that we can do?
Absolutely. Again, I think the best thing about the core, you can do it at home. You don't need the big machines. Yes, it helps. It shows the more advanced work, but you can do it at home, either alone or with somebody at home that can also want to work out with you.
Okay, let's get started.
All right, so let's get started. We have here, Sam just doing, remember how we did the crunches with the machine? Now we're going to show you just what you can do, other crunches as well at home. The big one is making sure, do the crunches first, and then we're going to go to this one. It's just a little bit the small one. Okay, remember, don't just pull on your neck. Make sure that you keep your whole body as it lifts up and down. And again, nice and slow, just like he's doing it, always being in control of what you're doing. And now you're gonna, next one is come all the way up, same way up, and then you really straighten your back as you go up. Nice straight back, good job.
I have a question. I was told that these are really not good to do, because a lot of people pull their neck.
Because a lot of people pull on their heads. That's the problem. So keeping your neck forward, if you want to do a different way, just put your hands across, there you go. That's another way. This way you're not pulling on your neck at all. Okay, it forces you, as you can see, to keep your body in nice balance this way.
Do you feel a difference?
Yes.
Which is harder?
Neither.
Neither. Fine.
Because he works out. But you can do it more correctly if you have your hands like this, okay? Now let's go on to something a little more advanced. We're going to turn around and actually work on what we call the bridge or the plank, okay? Which works the entire core. So the beauty of this particular one is it works your entire core all at once. If you want to like an all for everything, this is it, okay? So you can start with either on your elbows. The whole idea is to keep, as you can see, your back nice and straight. You make sure your hips are not too high or too low. This way, the whole back, your sides, and also your abs are fully engaged. So the entire core, front and back, is fully engaged in what you need to do, all right? So we can do it like this, or you can do it on your hands as you go up. For some people, if they have elbow problems or something, want to put this way, make sure that your fingers are nicely stretched out. So this way you have the weight kind of dispersing a little bit. Same way, keeping your body in a nice position.
Question, how long do you have to hold it?
You start with 10, 15 seconds and then build it up from there, because you're going to start shaking. If you're shaking, it's working. Good stuff, okay? So from here, you can do a few things if you want to go on to harder. You can start lifting one arm up first, and just hold it there. The whole idea, again, try to keep your body as straight as possible. Okay, put it down. Then obviously you have to do the other side as well. Just quickly the other hand, other arm, nice and straight.
You
again,
don't do
holding.
the leg too?
And then you're gonna lift up one leg at a time, same way. Okay, see, you keep your leg nicely engaged, the other one. And now if you wanna get really hard, here's what you're gonna do. Let him catch his breath for a minute. You see, right arm, opposite leg. Okay? And again, the goal is to keep your body nice and straight. See how he's not twisting completely one side? To hold it nicely, tightly together. Okay, rest for a moment there.
Oh, I see he's shaking too,
He's
the guy
shaking,
that said
yes.
it was easy. Huh?
But that's the beauty of the plank. It really works the whole core. Everything is engaged. The key is to start slow. Nice and easy, a few seconds.
What would you recommend starting? Let's suppose a person has never done any exercise.
If you can do 10 seconds, count to 10 or 15, awesome. And the key is to keep adding, if you can, every 5 seconds every time you do it. It's almost like a nice little challenge.
So for
and work your way up.
beginner, that would be a good exercise, the plank
It'll be
to start with.
fantastic, yes. Because again, it's not forcing one side of the body more than the other. Okay? So for example, you have back problems, but you need to work on your core. It's not putting extra strain on your back because everything is engaged. Okay? So it's gonna pull it nicely tight together. All right?
It looks like he broke his bicycle.
No, that's an ab roller.
Okay.
So that's one thing that we also do. Again, you can start nice and slow, just being on your knees, and then you're gonna go forward as you go forward. And then again, being in control, you see he's awesome, he can go that far out. But if you start up with just even going somewhere and then being able to pull it back, all just using your ab. That's it, okay? And as you advance, you go up and down, again, keeping your body nicely engaged. So you pull with your abs and your whole entire core, not with anything else, okay? And then if you wanna go the next step to be more advanced, you get your knees up. All right, he's getting a good workout here, demonstrating. Okay, this is the hard one. Very few people can do it. Again, one, be very well warmed up when you do this. Two, always stay in control. The abs is not about going fast or yanking on your body. It's being nice and slow and continuous motion with the same speed forward and back. Okay? Ready? All right, so go to, as long as you're in control, up. It's okay, it's all right, but it shows you that the whole body is so engaged, it's very tough to do it. So always, it's great to start with on the knees first, and then slowly building it from there, okay? Again, making your core a lot stronger as you move forward.
Okay, we have a ball here too. What can he do with that?
All right, with the ball, again, you can use a medicine ball, you can get it anywhere. This is something you can do, is just simply how we had the regular. We can do the side to side the same way on your own. Keep your feet down on the ground. That's one way of doing it. Okay. If you want to challenge yourself a little more, you keep your feet up, either straight or bended just like that, and you move it. Okay. And then you can also go just simple sit-ups as you go down and come up with the weight. You hold it across your chest or lift it up to straight up. There are different ways you can do it. Again, if you want to add a little arm thing, you can always go all the way back. Do some triceps and come up. Again, you can get very versatile.
I've seen people do this where they throw the ball to someone.
Yes, that's another thing we can do here. And we can have Jeremy here. You can either throw it or he can be on the floor as well doing it. There you go. And you can pass it to each other or you can throw it later on as well. Okay, you can interlock your feet or keep it like that, whichever is easiest. Throw it, and you go down and up, and you throw. And that's a fun thing to do with a partner, workout partner, somebody that it's more interactive. And I think if we can make exercise fun, it's a lot more beneficial.
Okay, what other things can they do with a partner then?
Then they can do this. They can also incorporate also triceps. Again, go all the way down as they lay down. Ball touches the ground, and then throws, and then throw it to the other person as well. Okay, that's one. The other thing they can do is they can actually go next to each other. Jeremy, if we move the mat next to each other. And then they can do the side to side as well, but throwing it just facing opposite way. Okay. And then throw, and then this way. You see, you're still doing the switch, but a little different. Again, first you start with your feet down. Next one is gonna, if you try to make it harder, lift your feet up the ground and do that. Okay? That's a different way again of
I've seen doing standing twisting.
You can also standing twisting as well if you guys come up. The same idea. But again, this is where you have to be careful not to get dizzy. Okay? So back to back, and then you can do side to side. Either this way, kind of the same side twists, or you can do the other way around. One twist to the right, the other one the other way around. There you go. You see, also always switch out directions. And then another one which is great for the back, guys, if you stop for a second, wood choppers. Now I'm talking about grab the ball from here, and you pass it between your legs to the other person who goes up and gives the ball. Okay, ready? Okay, go down, get the ball from him, pass it up, and that works your back, okay? And then you can twist, now go the other way around. You get the ball from down, and then give it to the other way. There you go. Okay, and that also, you see, you also work your back. You get a very nice workout. All right? Thank you, guys. So you see, you can do with a medicine ball or by yourself or with a partner. Just, again, the whole idea, core is so hard to work out. It's kind of like, we all want a nice six-pack, but it's so much work to kind of get it done. A keg. but it's hard work to get it done. So making it fun, interactive, I think it's a great way of doing it. Okay?
Okay, so question.
Yes.
Earlier someone mentioned chair. What can he do in a chair?
Well, in a chair is you can do, for example, flutter kicks and leg lifts. That's something that you can do.
Okay, what's he doing here?
Well, here, as I mentioned earlier, if we want to use a chair, this is a great way for somebody that maybe has a hard time going down on the ground or just wants to be more in control. Simple flutter kick, okay? But this works your lower ab.
It doesn't look simple, it looks hard.
It's hard, it's hard. The key is, again, breathe, 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 don't hold your breath. The other thing is leg lifts, the simple, good old leg lifts, but not bending your knees. Just keeping it so you're able to really engage and just isolate the abs to really work, okay? So again, just doing this, again, obviously the traditional way is doing it on the ground, but this is another way, again, trying to show different ways you can do things at home or anywhere you want, okay? So do you wanna move on to some new stuff?
Well, I see sitting on a big ball there.
All right, so let's move on there. Another version of the crunches again, all right? We had the machine, we had do it solo, we can do it a medicine ball, and then you can do it on a big ball as well, okay? This is, again, because you also have to keep your balance, the abs are even more engaged, all right? So that's one way of doing it. And then we can move on to some other exercises. We can do the lower ab as you move on. You hold on to your arms nice and straight, and then you pull in your knees, okay? So you pull in, and then you extend, okay? So this is definitely works the lower core and also here around your hips, making your hips stronger, the little muscles around the hip flexors, getting them stronger, really being able to isolate that part of your body to kind of make it great. And from here, kind of same thing going into the planks. There's another way of doing the planks, all right, using the ball. It's definitely harder to kind of keep things, again, holding your balance that you can do as well.
Looks hard, it looks like I would fall off.
Well, using the ball, it's really key here is always keeping your balance going, okay? So in the same way as he was, Jeremy, if you wanna you can sit on the ball and then you can do the twist as well. Again, the same way of being able to hold on to your balance. By you balancing on a ball, you can do this, okay? You can always get the medicine ball also made to do any twist like that. But just sit, because again, you have to hold your balance on the ball so all your core muscles are fully engaged. And that's when you start shaking, which means it's working.
Okay, so we should wait until he starts shaking?
He's in great shape, so I think it's gonna take a while.
I have time.
All right, so these were some of the basic things that we talked about that, some of again, the whole idea for the core exercise, I think, is just really being able to do it at home. Whatever you feel comfortable, start slow, like in any exercise, we keep saying it all the time, starts nice and slow, and then really be able to move up from there. Start with a few reps. The key is consistency. The key is to do it day in, day out. The key is to really keep it going. And don't just get so sore the first day that you can't move the next day.
Okay, so let's do a quick little summary here.
Of course.
So if I am a couch potato and I decided I'm going to get up, I'm going to do something.
Okay.
The very first thing to do, you said planks to start with? Or what would be the easiest thing for someone to start with?
My first suggestion, like in any exercise, warm up first. Make sure that you wake up your body so it's ready to receive exercise. Because starting cold is going to be very hard. You're going to cramp up maybe immediately. And then you're going to be, I can't do this. Here's your excuse not to do it. But just simply starting with crunches, simply starting with some leg lifts and all that. And then once you warmed up more, for the plank is amazing. If you want to do, as I said, the overall, the plank, it's your exercise. But you need to be warmed up. You can't just jump straight into that. So the simple, starting with those crunches and all that first, little leg lifts, flutter kick, and then get into the plank. You can use the ab roller as well to kind of get you going, and then get to the plank and then start 10, 15 seconds.
Question also, for the older people, can they do this in a pool?
You can do, yes. You can do in a pool more leg lifts and all that as well. It's not as efficient, but the muscles are still working.
Well, I figured to start if they've never done anything.
I think it's fantastic. I think it's fantastic, especially if they have something to sit on, and then they're able to, like we showed in a chair, do some of that, but also incorporating the same breath is also some stretching that comes with it, to do the different kind of move your legs up and down to open your hips up really good. So it just kind of really kind of get your body moving. I think that's the key. Yes.
Okay, so you said should be done every day.
It would be great if you could do it every day. It doesn't take a long time.
How long each day?
Again, if you're starting from scratch, start with 10. If you do 10 crunches, 10 sit-ups, 10 leg lifts, 10 flutter kick, and then get into 10 seconds of the plank, maybe on your hands first, and then try the elbows, you're gonna feel it the next day.
Okay, good.
You're definitely gonna feel it. And then start from there, adding 2, 3 more. For the planks, if you can do 5 more seconds, it's fantastic. And then just build from there. Again, slowly, but consistently. So here's another version. If you wanna get more advanced with a partner, these are called leg throwdowns. You go throw them straight down. You can be gentle, or you can really throw those legs down, okay? And then you can go side to side to work those obliques, okay? Come right and left. And if you wanna be really brutal, you mix it up. So you go straight, you don't tell them which way you throw them, not a particular pattern. You can repeat something, you can go left and right, different ways. As you can see, he's really suffering because that's a really intense version of what we're doing.
Don't stop, come on.
So that's a different way of doing the leg throwdowns. They really make it a lot more intense. With a partner, you can do it. And again, the speed that you throw it down is the one you want to resist to that. So the whole resistance is the one you're not letting your legs touch the ground ever. So this is another harder version of what you want to do. We call it around the tree. The idea is to really kind of go without hitting the other person. The further back you are, the easier it gets. The closer you get, the harder it is. Okay? So the person really needs to get themselves small. If you want to get even more challenging, you keep your arms out of off the ground, and you just go like that.
Okay, guys, you were the ones working out here. Do you think a person really needs these toys or without?
I mean, you can definitely do it without. Not everyone has access to an ab roller or a medicine ball, but definitely someone has access to the floor, a chair. So being able to start off simply is extremely important to getting your core into shape. So the tools, they're helpful, but not completely necessary, especially when you're starting.
Okay, thank you. And?
Oh, I completely agree, because I tell a lot of people, a lot of these exercises, you could do them from your couch. Everything else that you have here are just added bonuses.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And you are the pro, so.
I think, again,
you concur?
Absolutely, and I want to thank the gentleman for joining us to do this and to demonstrate. And it's, again, it's a commitment, like in anything. And if my suggestion is, even if you want to start from you never done anything before, even jumping into the weight room to do some exercise, if you start with core, you're going to get your whole body more ready. Your back pain is going to start diminishing because, again, we're always slouched over our computer or something. So our posture is going to also benefit because we're working not just the abs, but also our back. So we're strengthening our whole core that keeps, again, the balance between upper body and lower body, keeps it nice and straight, our posture and everything, and you just stay up taller and you feel better, and then it encourages you to start doing other upper arms.
You mentioned warming up before you get started. What should a person do to warm up?
At least start walking. Walk for 5-10 minutes. You can do, again, depending on if you have anything that kind of, any injuries that you need to be aware of. So for somebody that wants to, doesn't have any knee or hip problems, you can go for a run. You do your little cardio to warm up. Do some jumping jacks. You can do mountain climbers. You can do, grab a jump rope and start jump roping for 5 minutes. If you have some knee or hip problems, simply walking, it warms you up.
Okay. Okay, well, thank you. I really appreciate your time, and
of course,
thank you guys for the demonstration. I want to thank you all for watching, and hopefully try this at home next time.